Welcome back, Formless Seekers. I'd like you to step into this space of quiet reflection. I am your guide, and today we are not looking outward at the world. We are turning the lens completely inward, venturing into the powerful, hidden currents of our own psyche. For the past week, I have been undergoing an intense experiment. I wanted to understand the raw power of observation itself, not for the first time, but creating a new practice for myself. Not intellectualizing the mind, but by directly witnessing the unconscious at play and interacting with it. Today, I want to share what happens when the barrier between who you think you are and who you really are dissolves. The experiment begins in the waking hours. It is a rigorous training of the self as the watcher. Throughout your day, thoughts arise, feelings bubble to the surface, primal instincts may flare up. We are conditioned to identify with them instantly. I am angry or I am afraid. But what happens when you stop identifying and rest in observation? When a thought comes, you do not become it. I'd like you to witness it. In this practice, I observe that in the moment of pure awareness, a profound shift occurs, and it is a processed realization. Think of neurons attaching to each other at a random time. The thought, deprived of your emotional reaction, simply collapses. It is a quiet, deliberate destruction of the ego itself. But I'd like you to understand this. Becoming the watcher is not the end of the journey. It is merely a threshold. As you hold this space, an evolution begins to take place. The detached observer becomes an active participant in the very flow of consciousness. And eventually, the participant dissolves into the being itself. You no longer just watch what is a formless space. You embody the undivided reality. You are now in the happening. You have presence. The work of this awakened state does not stop when the eyes close. This is where the experiment yielded the best results. Or a simple yet profound self-reflection. Recently, as I slept, I was witnessed speaking aloud, not mumbling, but deeply engaged in a dialogue with the tone and intention of a debate. The great Carl Jung, what we know as the journey of the unconscious, the man who knew this territory very well, he understood that the unconscious was an active, or is an active, creative partner, and that the psyche is a self-regulating system, trying to maintain harmony with all of our conscious attitudes. Because my waking hours are dedicated to maintaining the vivid bridge between the conscious and the unconscious, that continuous state of being echoed effortlessly into the dark, what we know as wu-wei. That debate, witnessed in my sleep, was not a random noise. It was the sound of integration. It was the vivid continuation of my conscious intellect and my deepest unconscious wisdom speaking their shared language, organizing the expanded self. when the ego was finally at rest. This leads to a reality that is difficult to put into words. Though many traditions have tried, ancient religions speak of intimate moments, communing with their reflected God, a presence that knows them utterly. When you live this deeply, Jung called this process individuation, the continuous state of being a whole, undivided self. When you maintain the bridge between the waking state and what we know as the sleeping unconscious, there is no veil. That feeling of debating in my sleep, it felt like that intimate communion. It is the realization that the other you are talking to is the deepest, most ancient part of yourself. Yet, your whole self. You are not a divided house. You are communicating. You are healing. And you are expanding as one whole entity. You are engaging that divine reflection within your own mind. So, formless seekers, understand the power of your own understanding. Your mind is waiting for you to listen to it. The practice requires absolute presence. Watch your waking thoughts until the ego collapses. Move from being the observer to being the participant, to the very being itself. And then listen for the echoes that lie in the dark, or as Jung called it, the shadow. Begin the dialogue and embrace your wholeness. Until next time, this is your Formless Guide, signing off.